guys, I'm back. I've somewhat cleaned up. I have also pinned this. I had to re-glue it, and then I've just stuck some little tiny bulldog clips on, just to keep it in place and give it a bit of stick. It glued fine on the sides. For some reason it just didn't take on the bottom, so I've just redone it and then just added them on to keep it in place. But yes, so now we're going to work on the signature. All throughout yesterday's video I kept saying signatures, and it's not signatures, there's only one. This is a signature, the whole thing. A signature is a collection of pages made up into like one little booklet, really. So this is only going to be a one signature journal, which definitely is more than enough. Oh, I love it. I love the way it looks inside there. There's loads of room. Yeah, it's glued fine down the middle. It was just along, I don't know why. Probably me pulling and pushing at it, but yeah, it just didn't like gluing down the middle, down the bottom, so I redid it. Yes, so we are using, or I am using for this project, a kit by Kerr, and do you know what? I'm so bad because I still haven't checked what it's called. I'm so sorry, but I will link it in the description. I was going to check and I completely forgot. Honestly. But yeah, so I have used kit pages, and then I've used my own tea-dyed papers, I've used my own music paper, and then I have also used book page from a bird, no not bird, Watching Wildlife it's called, book, and then also, oh no, yeah, music paper. I alternated between the book page and the music paper, didn't I? Okay. I have printed this kit on the back of some vintage style aged themed paper that I bought from Amazon. That's the same one. There it is. I got two different styles of paper. They come like this already with that design on them. Just like that. That's better. They already come with those two different sets, those designs on them, but they are basically printer paper, so you can print on them, which is what I did. Like I said, I printed G's kit onto them because it's just a beautiful kit and it went so well. And yeah, so that's what we're using, or that's what I'm using for this journal. And now I am going to decorate the kit pages, not the other pages, just the kit pages today, with some lace. And you guys have seen me do this many times, so feel free to skip ahead, or you know, stop watching now, whatever, because I'm just gonna basically sit and do this now for the rest of the video and just chat to you about rubbish. Basically. And again, I'm going to be using these two beautiful laces. I love them. They are kind of like crochet lace, but they're modern lace. They're not vintage, they're modern. And it's kind of like crochet lace, but it's very thin, it's not bulky, it's thin and delicate, and they're just beautiful. That's that one, and this one again is the same kind of style, same lace but different style. It's just a plain straight one. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for this video, guys. Except this one I'll try and stay in focus. The last one I did I was out of focus. Where's my pin thing? There it is. Stick that in there. So what have we got? Kit pages, 5, didn't we say? 1, 2, 3, maybe 6, won't it? 4, Oh no, 5 including that one. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5, 6. I knew I didn't trust my own counting. Okay, so 6. So we need 3 of each laces because I'm going to alternate. So yeah, I'm going to leave the border on. I'm not going to cut around them. This border is going to be covered up, front and this side and that side with the lace, and I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to cut the papers down because I quite like it. I quite like how it frames it, so I'm going to keep it. And yeah, so let's get cracking. So right, I've got the measurements, so now I'll just cut it all to size. Oh, okay. Got a little piece there. So that's 2 pages worth, and we're going to do 3 of each, so I need 2 more. 1, 2. I'll cut a little bit extra. I'd rather have too much than not enough. The extras go in my little scraps tub, and then I will make something out of them at some point. Okay, so how are you guys? What have you been up to? Yeah, not a lot going on here. All nice and quiet at the moment. Okay. Thank you so much, by the way, for the people who sent messages after Social Saturday video saying we hope everything's okay and that Taylor's social bubbles at school haven't been affected. They weren't, which was awesome, because during that Social Saturday I'd mentioned that like 5 minutes before I turned the camera on to do that video, we had a message from school saying that there's been another confirmed case at school. Obviously talking about the unmentionable. But yeah, so sad. Taylor's bubbles weren't affected. We get messages, obviously, when there is a case, saying that there's been a confirmed case and that if your child's bubble is one, or if your child is recognised as a close contact, meaning within that bubble, you will be contacted individually, which we weren't. Well, actually, Saturday we got a text message. I got the text message about an hour after. Well, I say an hour after. It probably weren't. It's just I read it an hour after. The original message stating school remains open. So Taylor's bubble obviously wasn't affected. And then on Sunday, I got another text message saying they have another confirmed case, and again, if your child has been affected, you will be contacted individually, and we wasn't contacted, therefore obviously everything was okay, and Taylor went to school on Monday, yesterday. You won't be watching this on Tuesday. It's Tuesday today, but you won't be watching this on Tuesday, but yeah, everything's fine that way, but Taylor hasn't been affected, we haven't been affected, but I really, really, really do feel for the children and the parents of the children that have been affected, because it's not nice, is it, guys? So I better use the rest of this white glitter glue. But yeah, so I mean, anything, you know, a common cold, a normal flu, just a general cough kind of thing is bad for some children. and Taylor's at mixed disabilities, well, a mixed abilities, but mixed disabilities special needs school. And yeah, so as soon, whenever we get messages saying, oh, there's been a confirmed case, obviously my heart sinks immediately. But then, obviously turns to worry, not panic, but like, oh gosh. Kind of keep your fingers crossed and hope it's not affecting us, but then I feel really, really bad for the people that it is affecting. So, yeah. Just not nice all round, and I wish it'd just hurry up and go away. I really do. Well, I don't think it will go away anytime soon, but I wish they'd just find a way of making it easier. Taylor's having his flu shot soon. Well, it's not even a shot. I'm not sure actually why Taylor can't have the flu jab like I did. Possibly because they're doing it within school. But we got the consent form sent home a few weeks ago. We got a consent form sent home to yes or no, to give permission yes or no for Taylor to have the flu vaccine but as a nasal spray. So instead of having the injection in his arm like I did with mine, they're going to do the spray up the nose thing, which he's not happy about. I mean, he's not happy about having a needle in his arm, but I think he'd be more inclined to go, yeah, okay with that one. With the other one, it was like, do I really have to? I explained to him, I said, no, you don't. You know, not just because you're 16 now, but no, you don't. Now he's turned 16, we let him try. We decide, basically, whether or not we think he's capable of making that decision for himself, and then we let him make it. We give him the options, good and bad, yes and, you know, we weigh up the options, and then we let him choose. We have done for quite some time, but obviously now he's 16, we're just letting him make a few more adult decisions. Still with a view of us overriding those decisions, he knows that. But when it came to the flu one, I'm like, it is entirely up to you. I explained to him that it is not, this is just for the normal flu that goes around every year. It is not in any way, shape or form going to stop him from getting the unmentionable if it comes around. Nor will it make it any easier for him if he does get it. This is just for the normal flu, which he's more than aware of because we get it every year. Well, I didn't get it last year because I was a good girl last year and had my flu shot. But he did get it last year. He chose not to have it last year. I gave him the option and he chose not to have it last year. We weighed up the options and gave him the options and he said he didn't want it. Last year they sent for him the flu jab as the injection, and I think it was the injection that put him off. But we explained the pros and cons and the fact that he's had flu before and blah de blah, and that was last year, way before all this stuff going on. I had mine in October last year, so. But he chose not to have it, and then he was poorly. So this year when it came around, he's like, I think I will have it. Said, again, it's entirely up to you. I've had mine. Oh, and then he said, have you had yours? And funnily enough, I'd had mine that morning. I'm like, yes, actually, I have. I've had mine this morning, look. Showed him the where she jabbed me. And he was like, oh, okay. I said, you know, I've been a good girl and I've had mine. But it's entirely up to you whether you have yours. But they will do yours as a nasal spray. You'll have it up your nose. Which is not too bad about, because he does use the nasal inhaler things when he's got a bad cold, that sort of thing. So he does use the one, like the nasal inhaler things for helping with bunged up nose. So it's not too bad. He in a way, knows what to expect. Doesn't like the idea of it, but he's actually agreed to have it, and it is Tuesday the 13th today that I am filming this. Like I said, you guys won't be watching this on Tuesday, today. And I think he's due to have it on Friday. I can't remember if it's this week or the week after, before they finish for half term. Because they finish for half term next week. And I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if they're doing it this Friday or Friday before they finish. They usually tend to do stuff like that, their inoculations and that sort of thing, either on a Friday, which we always had ours when we were at school. We always had ours on a Friday as well, and their explanation, like reasoning for that was, well, if you're going to be ill from it, you'll be ill over the weekend, then you don't need to have any time off school. Which kind of made sense. So I'm not sure if they're doing it this Friday coming, or they're going to wait until the Friday after and do it then, because that's the last day of school before they break up for a week for half term. That would kind of make more sense, logic-wise, to having time off school. So, but he'd probably be fine. I had not a bad reaction, but I actually reacted to the flu jab last year. My body reacts to everything that it shouldn't be in there. Anything like that. And yeah, this year I got away with it actually. I just had a day of feeling really rough. A bit, I don't know, I have not a temperature, but I felt like I had a temperature even though I didn't, which is nothing unusual after having the injection anyway. But it was my arm more than anything. It really, really hurt, which they do warn you about when you've had it. Yeah, but it really, really hurt. It felt like someone had punched me. And then I felt like I had a bruise on my arm for like 3 days after. It were horrible, but I had nothing this year. I had no sniffles or anything like that. I had no fever or whatever, which I did last year. Last year when I had it, I were quite rough for about 3, maybe 4 days later, where typical. It means the injection does not, the vaccine does not give you flu, but it can give you, your body reacts to foreign objects and it tries to get rid of them, and it causes flu-like symptoms with the fever, the nausea, that sort of thing, headaches and whatever. It was typical flu symptoms. So everybody's like, oh, I had flu shot and it gave me flu. It didn't really. It just, your body reacts in a way that is a bit like having flu. And then, like I said, last year I did react to it. This year I didn't. Like I said, it was just that one day I felt a bit, eek. But it was more my arm than anything. So I got away with it lightly this year, really. So, touch wood. I'm fine now. I won't get flu this year. I didn't get it last year, and oh my gosh, were I grateful for that. But we ended up with numerous coughs, colds, and the bronchial flu that was going around. That were bad. That were really bad. That downed all of us for weeks, did that. And yeah. The thing is, as well, obviously speculation, but looking back at the symptoms and stuff that we had when we had that, the breathing issues and, you know, all that sort of thing. I mean, 2 grandbabies, the 2 younger ones, ended up in hospital overnight with breathing issues. Typical bunged up noses and that sort of thing and what have you, but breathing issues and other things besides, the high fevers that they couldn't shift and that sort of thing, and whoops, what have you. And it would just put down to a really bad case of bronchial flu. But honestly, 90% of the symptoms that those kids had, and us, all were in line with the unmentionable. But obviously nobody were being tested or anything back then, because it were Christmas time, and there were cases here, don't get me wrong, but it weren't anything like it is now, and it was before everything blew up big style. So, but I reckon if they'd have tested back then, I reckon we'd have all tested positive. And then Taylor got ill after Christmas. I think it were actually about a week, maybe a week and a half before school closed down, and we all went into nationwide lockdown. Well, quarantine. It weren't lockdown then, it were actual proper full-on quarantine. And he'd been very, very poorly for a week, best part of a week to 10 days, and for 8 out of those 10 days he had a roaring temperature, a roaring fever. It were up in the hundreds and we could not get it down. All when we got through to doctors and what have you, all they kept saying were, you know, just keep giving him not Calpol, paracetamol and ibuprofen, that sort of thing, and what have you, and just keep an eye on him. But yeah, he was fine other than that. It was just this roaring temperature that we couldn't get down, and then stomach ache and headaches, earache. So yeah, I reckon he's already had it, to be honest, guys. And it wasn't pretty. Whatever it were, it wasn't pretty. He's used to having coughs, colds, flu, that sort of thing. He's, you know, he kind of doesn't like it. He doesn't handle being poorly very well. He takes after me for that. I'm whole. If I have a cough and a sniffle, I feel sorry for myself. Taylor takes after me for that. But he was that bad with that. Like I said, this were only a week or, well, about less than a fortnight before school closed for quarantine, when everything went crazy here in the UK. Yeah, and like I said, he was that poorly. He was begging me to make it better, make it go away. He never does that. He had me in tears every day for nearly a week. I'm like, I can't do anything, buddy. I really wish I could, but I can't do anything more than I'm already doing. That's how bad he were. So I reckon in a roundabout way he's already had it. But, you know, you never know. You never know. What? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm probably going to end up knocking sound off this. I've done nothing but talk about the dreaded. But this is life here right now, guys. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but it is. Which is why also I'm taking a break. I know I'm doing this, but I'm actually taking a break. Because I just feel like all my videos are doom and gloom at the moment. And I'm actually really, at the moment, I know I've got newbies. And yeah, welcome to you all. I'm so happy you are here. You might not be. I think you've come at the wrong time at the moment with everything that's going on. But I'm not doing anything really that you guys probably haven't already seen on other channels. If you haven't already seen on other channels, then definitely go and check them out. Everybody kind of knows how to glue lace and stuff onto journals, journal pages and what have you. Also, I mean, check out other channels, but I do have videos where I show all this stuff in real time instead of sped up and that sort of thing as well. So check those videos out as well, guys. I have over 300 videos on this channel, and they are all in playlists, so they are easy for you to find, depending what you're looking for. You might not find a specific video, but that specific video might be in one of the series on, you know, in the playlist when I've done a series on a journal. Yeah, so I'm running out of things to say, guys. Pardon me. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all in a lot better mood than I am right now. just so stressed. Which one am I using now? That one. Almost right. Whoa, I cut that really long, didn't I? That were a bit mental. Why was it so long? Crazy. Never mind, I've got some really nice little snippet. I'm going to make a little snippet roll from all the scraps. I just need to get around to doing it. But yeah, I've been asked a few times as well why I do this when I'm using any glue really. Why do I smooth it out? When I'm using lace and things like that, it's because it well, I don't know about it sticking better. Use the right one. I don't know about it sticking better, but it doesn't tend to come through as much. And of course I'm using lace with holes in it because it's kind of like crochet style lace. But yeah, so I mean, because I'd smoothed it out there, when I'm running my finger over it there to flatten it down, I'm not getting any residue on my finger. Whereas if it were just a big line, when I were doing that, I'd end up with lots of little blobs of glue coming through those holes onto my finger, which is fine, but it's just not necessary. And although it happens a lot, it's the nature of what we do. We get sticky and gloopy. I do not like it at all. I'm like, no. Don't get me wrong. When I was younger, I used to put PVA glue and what have you on my fingers, let it dry, and then love peeling it off. But art glitter glue and Fabri-Tac Beacon 3-in-1, no. It's horrible. It's like snot. I don't like it. So, if I can avoid at all getting glue on my fingers, I will do whatever I can to avoid it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah. So, and then we come to the middle page. I kind of wish the frilly one were on the middle now, but never mind. That's just a gorgeous page, is that? Gorgeous. I don't think I have any thick lace. Let me see. I think I do somewhere. This middle page to me screams pocket. I want a pocket, please. That's pretty. Oh, yeah. Don't drop it. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like it. Like it lots. Oh, I wonder. No, don't like that. So, what about if we don't put lace on that? What about if we put a pocket on? Does it want the lace as well, do you think? With or without? With or without? I think... Do you know what? I think without, and I think I'm going to cut this page down. I'm going to cut the border off this page. And let's have a look. I don't like it. Well, I do, but I don't like it covering that up. I like that. No, that covers it up. That covers it up. But I do like that one. So... Oh, I hate having to cover things up. Let's see. That can definitely be an option. Alright, this is the white one. This is thick lace, is this? This might be better. Oh, yes, because you can still see through it. Love it. I've only got that left. Oh, I love that. Because you can still see through that. Belly band. Oh no, this is going to be the middle pocket, isn't it? So, the middle page, I mean. It goes that way. I think winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's just have a look and see. See, I have this. This is crochet lace as well. I got this in a swap, but this is really thick. This is a lot thicker than the other stuff that I've been using. I got that in this little piece in a swap ages ago. And all the other laces I have are really thin. Not thin, but not thick either. I like that. That would have been pretty at the top. Ow, I've just stabbed myself with that pin. I am a disaster when it comes to crafting. Disaster. I'm always stabbing myself and poking myself and giving myself paper cuts without realising. Oh my gosh, I love that. You can't tell against that, but this is yellow. That's beautiful. I really love that. I really like that. I think I like that more than I like the white one. I think we'll have that down there as well, so them loopy bits hang off the bottom. And then line that up with the top bit. It's not a very big pocket though, is it? But you can still see that dream. And that flower. I like that. We're going with that. We are. And I'm not sewing. Ugh, I really can't be bothered. I'm going to put that in my scraps. I really can't be bothered with the sewing. We'll glue. Also, like I said, my sewing machine's doing some weird stuff right now, so I really don't trust it. Although, what about that? Ooh. Which way does that go? I love this lace, but I never know which way it goes. Yeah, so what about that? I quite like that actually. You don't know, guys. I actually really do like that. So I'm gonna have to sew it, aren't I? Okay. But I am gonna cut this page down. But yeah, I like that, so I'm gonna sew that because I won't get away with just gluing it, I don't think. I don't know, I might do. Might do. No, yeah, I think I'll glue it. I'll try gluing it first and see if I can get it to stay glued. If not, I'll just run a stitch down, just as a one. I don't know. I think I'll run a stitch under there and then just glue that to the top. That might be a better solution. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for sticking by, if you have got to this point. Oh my gosh, you deserve a medal. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys, and I will go and do this off camera, and then I will come back and we will glue it all in. We'll cut the page down, we'll glue it all into place, blah blah blah. And yeah, by then, actually, I think it's dry now. Oh yeah, that's stuck really well now, but I'm going to leave those on there, and I'm just going to leave that probably till tomorrow before doing anything else with it. Just give it extra dry time. Yeah, it's stuck perfectly fine on the edge, it's stuck perfectly fine down the middle. Yep, brilliant. I'm just going to give it extra, yeah, I'll leave it overnight and I'll give it extra to stick along the bottom, because I just went over that with PVA glue. I didn't use Fabri-Tac, I used PVA glue. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.